The desert wind whispered in eerie silence, and the rustling of the trees seemed to tell a story of unease. A people, wasting the resources of the earth, were drowning in growing injustice and deceit. One day, a prophet of Allah came among them. In his voice was wisdom, in his words, the message of Allah. Would the people listen? And would this rebellious nation turn away from its misdeeds? This story belongs to the era of Bani Israel, a time when Allah granted special favor to a father and a son. The father, Prophet Dawood, peace be upon him, and the son, Prophet Sulaiman, peace be upon him. It was a time when powerful kingdoms existed on earth, but justice was rare. People had begun to consider power as truth, and the voices of the weak had been silenced. Allah granted Prophet Dawood wisdom and kingship, and after him, this great responsibility was given to Prophet Sulaiman. But the kingdom of Sulaiman, peace be upon him, was not ordinary. It was a miracle. It was a test. And it was a sign of Allah's azamat. He was given authority not only over humans, but also over jinn, birds, and even the winds. It was a rule where the earth and the skies both seemed to be under command. The life of Prophet Sulaiman, peace be upon him, began with an extraordinary destiny. From a young age, he was blessed with wisdom granted by Allah. His decisions carried depth, and his thinking reflected justice. When Prophet Dawood, peace be upon him, passed away, Sulaiman, peace be upon him, inherited not only prophethood, but also a vast and powerful kingdom. This kingdom was unlike any other. It was a system where humans, jinn, and birds all functioned under one command. According to Qasas-ul-Anbiya, Allah granted him the ability to understand the language of birds. This was not a small gift. Whenever birds spoke, he understood their communication and meaning. His army consisted of humans, jinn, and birds. It was a formation, perfectly organized and disciplined. Each creation had its place. Each had a role. Even the wind obeyed his command. Wherever he wished to go, the wind carried him. This power was not just power. It was a test. Sulaiman, peace be upon him, constantly expressed gratitude to Allah. He knew that everything he had was from Allah. A dua was always on his lips, that he may remain grateful for Allah's blessings. This humility was the true source of his greatness. One day, Prophet Sulaiman, peace be upon him, was reviewing his army. The birds were in formation, but one bird was missing. It was the hoopoe. This was not an ordinary bird. It had a special role. When it was absent, Sulaiman, peace be upon him, demanded an explanation. After some time, the hoopoe appeared, and it brought astonishing news. It said that it had seen a nation that worshipped the sun, and they had a queen who possessed a magnificent throne. This was the Queen of Sheba. This news was not just information, it was the beginning of a da'ut. Sulaiman, peace be upon him, immediately dictated a letter. This letter was a message of truth. It clearly invited them to submit to Allah and accept the truth. The letter was sent through the hoopoe. When the queen read it, she was astonished. It was a letter from a powerful ruler, but it contained no arrogance. It was the message of a prophet filled with truth. She consulted her advisors and made a decision that would change her life forever. When the Queen of Sheba decided to visit Prophet Sulaiman, peace be upon him, an extraordinary event took place. Sulaiman, peace be upon him, asked his court, Who can bring her throne before she arrives? This was a great challenge. A powerful jinn stood up and said he could do it. But then, a man with knowledge spoke. He said he could bring the throne in the blink of an eye. And it happened. Within moments, the Azim throne was placed before Sulaiman, peace be upon him. This was a miracle, a sign of Allah's power. When the queen arrived, she saw her throne, but she could not fully recognize it. This was a test of her understanding and her heart. Then she was invited into a palace whose floor was made of glass. She thought it was water and lifted her garments. Then she realized it was solid glass. Everything she experienced was leading her toward truth. After witnessing all these signs, the heart of the Queen of Sheba began to change. This was not an ordinary king. This was a prophet of Allah. She recognized her mistake, and she submitted before Allah. She declared that she believed in the Lord of all worlds. This was a great moment. A nation was turning toward truth. Sulaiman, peace be upon him, treated her with dignity and guided her toward the right path. This was not the use of power. It was the journey of guidance. This is the way of the prophets. The power given to Sulaiman, peace be upon him, was unmatched. But despite all of it, he remained humble. He always knew that everything belonged to Allah. This is true success. This story teaches us that power is not true success. True success lies in obedience to Allah. Knowledge, wisdom, and humility. These are the qualities that make a person truly great. The life of Prophet Sulaiman, peace be upon him, is a timeless example that even if a person is given everything, he must never forget Allah.